Well, today is a day where I started eating white wheat. Well, not started in general, but I've had a few days now where I left certain foods away and I started feeling effects, especially with my skin, how it got more smooth and my body felt more, I don't know, more like down to its essence. And yeah, when I eat certain foods like white wheat and dairy products, up till meat, but I'm not talking about meat now, right now. But I notice that my body tends to feel very bulky and starts to, it's got to put that stuff somewhere, somehow. Because I tend to eat too much then as well of that stuff. But today, maybe out of emotional reason, or maybe I noticed it started building up, or especially when I travel in the city or somewhere, I get triggered that I want certain foods. At home, I can eat more easily, do my program, but when I know I'm gonna go on a journey, even if it's a small one through town, I notice there's a program like I want to buy something, I want to buy food, and yeah, processed food. And I didn't do that yesterday. I stayed strong. I mean, I just bought like two little sweet things, where I also noticed, ooh, that's actually too sweet already, I never, prior to those days when I ate that, it sort of was normal sweet, but now that I've sort of tried to reduce sugar, like the refined sugar, I could taste how it actually felt a bit aggressive. Well, so maybe it's a hangover from yesterday, I don't know, or today I wanted to do something and then, well, I did it, but it didn't turn out the way I thought it would, which is actually good, I think. But still, I mean, I planned I would buy some ice cream, but then I just had this hunger for, I don't know, some pizza bread and so on. So I started buying this stuff. And then I ate more of of this stuff than I planned. Yeah, so, and I don't know about you, but when you start with that, you tend to feel like, okay, today's like, it's over for today, sort of. Not totally, because I feel the effects right away, so I notice I do want to balance that out somehow. With maybe later on drinking another glass of wheatgrass juice, for example. Yeah, but so why I'm posting this is that I wanted to share how I feel the effect of what I eat right away. And since I'm sort of bouncing back and forth, I can feel it even more clearly because I'm not just like rigidly staying on my track and plan. I'm allowing myself to eat stuff I used to eat before or that I crave in the moment. I don't I'm very aware, I'm questioning myself. I don't always go after that, but sometimes I do. And when I do, I'm fascinated actually also. Like if I eat something, I don't know, like a burger or just yeah, some white wheat with fat and tomato sauce and maybe cheese or something like that. I'm so amazed how what that does with my system, it lights up my like uh it's a I mean they say it lights up your brain, like the dopamine and so on. And that's what I experience. I'm like, wow, is that yummy? Like, oh, saturating and so on. But I also at the same time notice the pain that goes with it. Like I feel it right away in my mouth. My mouth is very sensitive, so I notice when I eat something that is digested. How to say that in English? Well, it's not alkalizing the body; it's acidifying the body. I feel that right away. So yeah, and then I start feeling it in my skin. My skin starts to itch maybe, or even feels like, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't feel really good. It's irritating. Yeah, and so I do feel effects. And then I get a bit sad or scared even because I'm like, oh no, what's it gonna cost me? And then when I'm on that track, I'm like, okay, I bought other stuff too. Maybe I'm just gonna eat it all, so it's over, so I don't have to deal with this the following days because I want to get back on track. And I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know what I'm gonna do today, but like for example, I also bought this muffins pack, 4 pieces, and I just tried one, and it was crazy. Like I'm starting to experience how this is sort of poison somehow, or not not meant for the body actually. It's I felt the pain in my mouth and how it's not giving me what I crave for actually. Mm, and it's so weird and amazing. Yeah, and in the contrary, if I eat raw vegan foods, fresh veggies and sprouts, uh it is a complete different story, It's not that I always crave or like craving that sort of food. Doesn't happen too much. Or it depends on, but sometimes it's in like I'm not hungry for that. But if I would think of anything with white wheat or cheese or anything, my it's like a switch. Like I could like eat all of that. I would be so hungry for that. So I'm like, what is hunger actually? Like, is hunger real? I mean, I'm going philosophically as well because yeah, it's I don't want to like open a discussion on this right now. It's just that I question myself like what or are there different types of hunger, and how does the hunger of the body feel like? What is a real information of the body that it needs, and what is misled information, due to uh, bacteria overgrow in the gut that isn't. I mean, it needs to be that way in my understanding because you eat certain stuff, so the bacteria needs to be there to digest it, but it causes you ailment as well. So if you eat a certain food, for example, raw vegan food, um, then you get different gut bacteria, or in a different ratio. You always have all of them, but the ratio changes. And then you start feeling differently. And I think probably you start craving different things, or not actually even craving. My experience up till now is you start to somehow, get calm and surf like the ground somehow. It's very unexciting, although it's so wow, so refreshing and delightful to eat this way, a raw vegan diet. But I'm pretty new still to this whole. I mean, I've been, um, I've been on this journey for quite some time, of the journey of food and health and so on, trying different things, but like really, and I've been raw vegan for 1 month years ago, but I always felt like this would be the direction for me, but I didn't know how to get there, how to do it really. And I think about a half a year ago I started that, and I could live it quite well, like maybe let's say up to 80% or so, like transforming and transitioning, and with hiccups in between, and like a major back throw, or I don't want to call it a back throw because it is something on my journey that I allow to happen, and I watch it, and it's like actually it's contributing for me to grow on this journey because I can as I already said, I feel the difference when I eat this. What does it do with my body? If I eat that, does it do? Or if I eat, like, I had a few days where I ate a lot of the, let's call it junk food, or also just normal food you get anywhere. It doesn't have to be all junk, but depending on how you see food. But yeah, so um, yeah, I was amazed, like how those days where I ate these things, and how how much time it now took me to get back to, and I'm not even back to, I felt the way before, but or different now, you know? I'm still learning a lot. And yeah, that's just what I wanted to share, that today I slipped, and I'm eating white wheat, and I don't know how much I will be eating today still, but I ate quite an amount already. And let's see what that will do with my body. And it feels like every time I experience the effects, I'm like, huh, wait a minute, I've experienced that before. Why didn't I remember that, you know? Or do I have to repeat this over and over again until it sticks, you know, somehow, that before I eat it, I actively remember what actually, like, what it will feel like. I do that sometimes, and it helps me. Yeah. So I'm gonna end it here, but thanks for listening and watching, and have a nice day.